Yes, I'll be explaining how those things work. Yeah,
Because I had a lot of them, but I haven't used them in 20 years.
it's still good.
That's what I wondered.
No, it's still good. It's just a wax. It's a wax with a diamond.
Some had,
Neck.
didn't some used to have a little bit of oil like in them or something?
Well, it's all wax.
Oh, it's wax? Okay.
Not oil. It's
I
wax.
haven't looked at it for a long time.
It's wax, and you use something like this to burnish it in.
Yeah, okay.
See, so I have this to burnish it in.
The finger's about this big around.
Yeah.
Of course, you know.
Well, you have to. Thank you, Luann, and all your wonderful people at the club for having me here tonight. I appreciate that. I'm Jeff Ching, and I love rocks. I love cutting rocks. I love rock people. I started cutting in 1962. So that's 63 years ago, and I still have my first stone I cut. It's right there. It's not the orange one. That's the first faceted stone I did, but that is an Australian opal. See? All my friends were cutting jaspers and agates, but I started with Australian opal. Come on, let me give you a hand. In those days, you could get a consignment of opal sent to you from Australia. Did you know that? No deposit, no nothing, just they would send you opal. I would buy opal and I'd send them the money and the opal back. Can you imagine that happening today? I don't think so. Okay, but as you have your sheet here in front of you here, you can always contact me if you have questions concerning any technical things. I might have the answer to it, okay? And tonight we'll be going over the different types of equipment that's available for polishing and cutting gemstones, okay? The compounds that you can use, the resources of where to purchase all these things, and different tips and hacks. Now, before the club even opened, I was giving away this 20-carat leopard opal. See, all you folks that came in late, you lose out. Larry here, guess what that red stone was? And we had people say, well, it's coral, carnelian, rhodochrosite, different things. But what that turns out to be is a red rhodonite from Brazil, Consuela Mine, Brazil. And so I was fortunate enough to have someone go down there and buy it from me directly from the mine. So Larry, this is your opal right here. Oh, I was just kidding about giving it away. There you go. That's a beauty. Yeah. I was fortunate. I was down at Mexico. Dr. Reyes, he was a discoverer and mine owner. I was at his house buying the rough there before they even had a name for it. You know, the first name for that material was confetti opal. And then they eventually changed it to leopard opal. So I was able to buy lots. I have lots of that. So enjoy your opal, Larry.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. What you can do with that?
My wife will probably think of something.
Okay, very good. So how many here cut gemstones in some way? How many here, raise your hand high if you've been a little bit frustrated with some polishing. You can take a picture of all their hands.
All those hands.
You know, there are just literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of different methods, okay? But tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you my upward, expanding, ever-learning 63-year journey on some wonderful examples of how to polish gemstones, okay? And you should be able to, with most of these things, be able to polish just about anything out there, okay? But, okay, so now, if we go to number 2 on your list, okay? The first thing I want to share is what makes a good polish? Okay? Looking at it microscopically, we know the earth is round. Anybody believe here the earth is flat? Raise your hand. So we can kick you out. No. Okay. Looking at a surface, your cab is round or whatever, but your surface under a microscope is going to be flat. Okay? Like that. Okay? Now what makes a good polish is this. If this is your eyeball right here, okay? Can you see your eyeball? Okay? And a little bit of eyelashes here, okay? And here's your light source, your light bulb, okay? Okay, what makes a good polish is when light hits the surface, it bounces back to you straight and clear back to the eye. Are you seeing that? Then you have a good polish that you can read the letters of a light bulb on the polish. That's how I can tell if my polish is any good. I gotta read 60 watts, you know, on the thing. But what happens here, if you can see, on number 2, there are different things and reasons why some gemstones can't polish, or you have trouble polishing it, okay? One of the things is porosity, okay? Under a microscope, you're gonna have little holes like this, okay? You know what I'm saying? You can't see it with your naked eye necessarily. But what happens when light hits that, what? It diffuses all over the doggone place. And so what comes back to you is weak and fuzzy. You see what I'm saying? So the techniques you're gonna learn today is how to make a flat surface. Because once you make a flat surface, your polish will be very nice, okay? Not only porosity, but what's the second one? Cleavage, okay? A lot of the times, gemstones are made like plywood, layers after layers, correct? And if your layers are like this, a lot of times when you polish, they'll start flaking off. And you just, you go nuts. Okay, this is why I like in cutting, you normally go 5 to 8, depends on the material, degrees off center from the perfect cleavage. Some gemstones like that rhodonite has 2 cleavage planes, perpendicular to each other. That is a really tough stone to cut. So if this is how your cleavage is, you normally would cut your stone like this. You see what I'm saying? A little bit off center. You can't cut it, if this is your cleavage, you can't cut it like this. Otherwise, all those little planes will be on the top of your stone, and it will show and refract the light. It makes it all horrible, okay? The third thing here is impurities, okay? So another thing that you could have here is that there could be impurities like sand, clay, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, even in the same rock or the same slab, there are different methods sometimes you have to use to polish the same material from the same slab or rock, because you could have impurities in an area. You know what I'm saying? You could have iron, could be an impurity, right? You could have different densities or hardnesses of material, such as leopard opal has different things. Boulder opal has limonite, right? Okay, and the Mexican opals have a lot of rhyolite and different things like that with the opal. And I'm going to show you tonight how to polish multi-hardness stones and get a flat, nice polish, okay? So here again, when those little buggers are right there like that, that's Hawaiian for the stuffs, okay? It starts it and you get a week again, and your polish then comes out fuzzy, okay? Little fuzzy, little hazy, you know what I'm saying? Okay? We also have, let's see, quartz, cat's eye systems, fibers. How many here know about fibers? You ever try cutting a cat's eye stone or rutilated quartz? Those rutiles start coming out to the surface. Those tubes of actinolite or tourmaline, you have little lines of stuffs that come up to it. That can drive you nuts. Now, how do you polish that? Well, here's the thing. This is why there's certain techniques to be able to polish this stuff to get a nice flat surface. Okay, even though, let's say, you have needles of rutile or you have doodads inside of here like this, the key is to be able to get these things flat. Now, the one thing you cannot use any kind of diamond slurry. See what I'm saying? You know, paste. You cannot use any kind of oxide, chrome oxide, anything that tumbles and moves. You cannot use that. Why? Because what happens here, if this is your particle of polishing compound, it rolls and then hits here and digs in, then jumps. Boom, digs in, then jumps. Digs in and jumps. And then you get a waviness to your polish. You ever seen that? You get a waviness. That waviness also breaks up the sharpness of your polish. Okay? So you cannot, when you have certain impurities, you cannot use a compound that moves too much. This is why we have to use fixed things, or like a tin lap that gets impregnated, or copper or wood, different types of laps, which we'll explain later. So that your diamond or your compound cuts straight across. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's not rolling and going boom, rolling and going boom. That's what happens, and it makes little divots. You ever see a golf course with all the divots on the tee? I caused half of them.
I see them after I leave the golf course.
What's that now?
I see them after I leave, not when I get there.
How many here ever try to polish jade? You have that little frosty thing called orange peel?
Yes.
Because jade is what? Cryptocrystalline. Like quartz, agate, and jaspers are microcrystalline. The quartz particles are very, very, very small. That's why agate and chalcedony can polish really easy. But cryptocrystalline materials like jadeite is really, really tough, okay? Because of those little crystals right there. Here's some homework for you. Who knows the difference between chalcedony and agate? You deal with it all the time. Come on, raise your hand. Oh, okay, shucks, I should have had that as good. Haha, I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I've talked to the manufacturers of equipment, and they just won't listen to me. I don't know why. This is Jeff Ching, I've called the big dudes because the equipment that's manufactured today is not right for polishing. It goes too fast. Okay? The sweet spot for polishing is 100 RPM to maybe 400 or 500 RPM. And there's many stones I polish, the wheel doesn't turn at all. I just rub my hand on it. I'll show you which ones I do that with, okay? But you see, this is a machine, this is called a Diamond Demon. It's been out of production for 30, 40 years. You can find them used every so often. I've seen them on eBay go for about $600 to $700. You can buy them used for $140, $100, $200, $600. This one I bought again because my other one I cut so much. I bought in the late '60s to early '70s, and I cut so much. I burnt out the motor and the controller. So this is my second crystallite. Okay, but if you'll notice, watch. Look at how slow I can go. And you know what? Try to stop it. You can't stop it. I'm pushing, look at that. I'm pushing with all my weight. The torque on that is phenomenal. You don't have that today. The high-techs start at 800 RPM. When I had my high-tech, I used to have to turn it on and turn it off and then polish. You know what I'm saying? So it slows it down. The Genie turns at what? 2,800 RPM. Even if you put your lap on the side, at the end, it still turns at 2,800 RPM, even at the center. It just doesn't. The surface speed is slower in the center than it is on the outside. You see what I'm saying? It's still going to turn, but all of these machines turn too fast. Because when you go too fast, what happens is that you cause heat and friction, and you'll get it won't come really sharp and crisp. Okay? So you have to have something that goes slow. Now, what alternates do you have besides this baby right here? You can buy a used fastening machine. I recently bought an old Lee. I rebuilt it. One of my friends is using it. But you know, your old fastening machines, it doesn't matter if the staff or the quill or any of that is working or not. You know what I'm saying? All you want is the lap to turn, and you can turn it way down slow, and you can get your low RPMs for polishing. You see, on your used fastening machines. And those old fastening machines you can pick up for $100, $200. You know what I'm saying? And so you can turn it into a polishing unit. The equipment here, you have flat laps here that you can use. But the thing is, you have to get your own system. You have to bring your own laps. Because if you're going to polish, you have to have your own set of laps, which I'm going to show you tonight, okay? Because nothing against the club. You guys have one of the best, phenomenal, gorgeous shops here. But you know, when there's a lot of people using it, you know, trying to polish going like this really hard, especially, you know, as you get over 40 like I am. Okay? Stephanie? I can tell your laugh. Stephanie's not my sweetheart. My sweetheart is at home, but Stephanie is a sweetheart. She helps me at the shows. Wonderful lady, wonderful lady. Okay, so that's what I use right here. You can just stick it right on the end, and you can buy these type of laps and just stick on your, I'll show you how to do all that later, your pads to get all your different grits and different compounds on it. So you can use the shop stuff here, but you need to bring your own supply.
I don't think we have anything, Dave.
Do you have a flat lap?
We got 2 flat laps.
Yeah, they have. Okay, you have flat lap. 8-inch or 6-inch? 8-inch? That's perfect. You still can use a 6-inch thing on an 8-inch. Yes?
I was actually going to ask Jeff, you only use flat laps? You don't use the curved wheels?
The Genie and stuff?
Yeah.
A Genie that turns that fast is good for agate, microcrystalline material, jaspers. That's about it. If you try to polish a phosphate like a turquoise or a veracite, you know, or a carbonate like lapis and different types of other softer multi-hardness stones, it just won't do it. You'll get an okay polish, and that might be okay for you. But my goal was always to produce a polish that, my goal is not a competition type polish, okay? Where you go for competition that will take you 4 or 5 hours to get the polish going. My polish is to make it super nice. Is it very sellable, or I appreciate it? I can enjoy the stone so much, okay? Because it's cut nice, see? So does that answer your question? I have a Genie. I don't use it for polish at all. In fact, I use this machine 20-to-1. For every 20 minutes here, 1 minute on the Genie. You know, it's a good preformer, fast grinder. But when it comes to your finesse type of cutting, this is the machine. I rather use a flat lap. That's what I was, okay? You don't have to use a flat lap. You can, I don't know of any round type of a machine that goes down low. Do you know? I don't know of any. Compounds and backing. Okay. The first thing says leather, felt, ceramic, vinyl floor tile, bat lap, tin lap. That's the bat lap. Okay. You have different types of laps, okay, that you can use. Now, one of the things that is quarter 20, it's a quarter inch wide, 20 threads to the inch. It screws right onto this thing right here like this. Okay, right like that. Then you have different polishing pads you can buy, okay? You have leather, you know what I'm saying? All different types of polishing pads. And how you charge these things, a lot of these have the PSA, but if it doesn't have, what I use is weather seal glue from Home Depot. That works really good. It stays flexible. It's conducive for rubber type of materials. So 3M black weather stripping glue. It's really simple, really easy. Just put it on like that and then stick your pad on like this, okay? So let's say the pad is on. What do you do next, okay? What you do next is, if you're gonna charge it with diamond, what you do is put your diamond all as dots all over the pad, okay? All over the pad, okay? And it's on here like this, then what you do is you have to burnish it in. What I have is just a wood dot with a little agate. You see that? So when this is turning, I just burnish the agate in. Don't use your fingers. I just use the agate to burnish it in. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's cerium, tin oxide, chrome oxide, your diamonds, this is the best thing to burnish your compound into your surfaces. Okay? So just burnish it right in like that. Boom. Okay? Any questions on that? Yes,
Are you adding any liquid to it, or is it?
Okay. That's a good question, Luann. Thank you very much. On liquids, it's called lubricants. Everything I talk about is on all of your oxides and stuff, different things, you use water. But the only water you're to use is distilled water or reverse osmosis, a good system. The reason is regular tap water has minerals. And minerals on here, it evaporates out with the turning, and the minerals are left. And pretty soon, you're gonna find you can't polish. You've lost your thing. You see what I'm saying? And so you can't use regular water. You have to use distilled or reverse osmosis. Okay? For water, that's with a lot of your oxides. For diamond, I use crystal lube. Just buy crystal lube. It's like baby oil or something like that. Some people use different types of stuff. Okay? But crystal lube is for your diamond laps. Okay, on that. Now,
how much do you add to that lubricant?
you don't need very much. Just about as much as you put the diamond on. Just let it drip here and there. You know, you can put it right onto your thing right here. Just, you know, you don't have to use a lot. It doesn't take much, okay? But this does not dry out. It stays nice and lubricated on that. Okay, any questions? Is this helping out anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. That's what we're here for. Okay, now, your pad can last for hundreds and hundreds of cabs.
Okay.
It can last 4 or 5 years or more if you don't contaminate it.
Yeah, so
So if you have, may have contaminated it, you should just start with a new one.
If
start
you
fresh.
contaminate it, you can't clean it.
Okay.
You tear it off, throw it away, start right. Wash everything with soap and water. Now, why soap? Because you see, your diamond compound has diamond in it with what? Wax. See? And water will not wash that wax off. You get some on your finger or on the thing, you will contaminate your thing. You have to wash with soap and water. And if you'll notice how I handle my laps, you see, I always handle my laps touching the side. I don't grab my laps like that. Always handle them like this. And have them all in a bag. You see what I'm saying? This is that lap with half micron diamond. You know, different ones, okay? So,
Jim,
yes.
when you're applying this material to the, I guess, is that Velcro, will you glue it on?
Yes, you glue it on.
When you take those off, you're washing those also, or do you leave those and put them in a bag and only use those, you know, I mean, you're gonna be using different grits, right?
Yes.
So would you save, you can't use that for a different grit.
No. Okay. For instance, like on my, I have a whole system of pre-polish. Okay. I have different grits on different wheels. Okay. And I keep each one in a separate bag. 325, 1200, 4000. You see what I'm saying? 180. You never take it off. You use the same pad with the same grit, marked, and you can keep on using that. Does that answer your question?
It does, and then does the back stay gluey though?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's why you use the weather strip. You see, this is flexible. You can peel it off, but it's hard. I mean, you can peel it off. You know, you can. So this is a weather stripping glue that doesn't ever harden.
It's not like Henry's, is it? It's not like roofing.
No, it's not a mastic. Mastic, no, that gets hard. No, this stuff,
Also gets everywhere.
Yeah.
this stuff, yeah, stays. You know, it stays pretty good. You can take it off because lapidary peel and stick is hard to find. You know what I'm saying? It's really tough to find that material. Okay. Any questions so far? So
Somebody just mentioned, as far as backing then,
yes.
do you have a backing per that grit, or?
Okay, sure, okay. Here's the thing. The question is this. There are different types of backing to put your polishing compounds and your grit, okay? See, so on tonight, it just has polishing compounds. So it doesn't matter, but there's different types of backing. You have wool, you know what I'm saying? You have felt, you have leather, you have, this is hard felt, like right here, you know what I'm saying? You have different types of materials that you could buy. And they all pretty much serve the same purposes, okay? Well, let's see here. Okay, here's cereal and leather, for instance. Okay, here's a cereal and leather disc, right here. Now, each one has, I could use cereal on felt. I've used cereal on wood, like a maple spool, you know. I've used cereal on a copper. So you can use the medium on a lot of different types of backing, okay? But cereal on leather is one of the most popular ways to polish, okay? So now when you use leather, you can buy a scrap of leather from Amazon, you know what I'm saying? Now the leather will always come one side smooth and one side rough. You know what I'm saying? One side is normally tanned and smooth. You put the smooth side down. You want the rough side out. because that will take your medium a lot better. See what I'm saying? So this has the black cement. See, I can still pull it off. You know, it has the this stuff here. Okay. Now, here's a 1/2 micron 3M polishing cloth. It stays on a lap. It doesn't come off. You see, here is a bat lap, a tin lap with 1/2 micron diamond. Here is my obsidian polisher, Berber, with 1/2 micron cereal. Oh yeah. Come up and take a look at my my obsidian, my fire obsidian that I dug. 3 of us, 3 days, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep. Glass buttes. Before it was all cleaned up. Now it's all cleaned up. You can't even get it anymore.
So all those, except for the bat lap, all those have some softness or give to them.
Yeah.
But the
yeah.
bat lap's hard. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, it's a
but-
tin lap. You're right.
But you, see, I've only ever used those for faceting. You can do cabs with something that hard.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Here, take a
You're
look.
amazing.
Here
Oh, I
is-
see, but it, like in those
This
cases.
is Guatemalan blue jadeite and tourmaline.
Okay,
Look at the polish on that with the bat lap.
but these are, okay, but they're, I'll say faceted cabs. I mean, in other words, they're
It's
flat
cabochette,
surfaces.
they're called.
Yeah, okay.
But see, the flat surface is harder to polish
Oh,
than the curve. The
I-
curve is
I-
easy.
Yeah, no
So
argument
if you
with
can get that kind of polish on a flat surface,
Okay.
the
Yeah,
dome
I
surface
understand that.
just
Okay.
comes out so much easier. You see what I'm saying? You can take a look at that. This is I have each one of these marked, and it shows you what I use on it, so you can look at the material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And study what I use. One of my favorite is this right here. Okay, this is the 3M cloth. Now I have, you see, remember how to hold your laps, always on the side. Okay, do not grab your laps like that. But this will polish probably 400, 500, 600 cabs. Okay, this is diamond that's fixed. This is why it's important to be able to get a flat surface. You see what I'm saying? Your particle or your diamond can't tumble. You see what I'm saying? If it tumbles, remember, it digs in. Digs in. And pretty soon it just, okay? So, when you have diamond that is fixed, the diamond then cuts straight across. See what I'm saying? And that is why this is one of my favorite laps. You can see this lap here I polished all of these with. I have jadeite, Burmese. I have lapis with high calcite concentration. That's hard to polish because there's calcite and the lapis have 2 different hardnesses. But if you look at it, the polish is flat and nice. Here is the leopard opal that you got, okay? And here is the Andamuka matrix opal. Oftentimes hard to polish. But you see, with the 3M, and it's the source of where to buy it is on the back of your paper, okay?
That's that 1/2 micron?
Yes, this is 1/2 micron, which is 50 thousandths. Okay, which is 50 thousandths. Pre-polish. Now, this isn't part of the notes, but I'm gonna give you a general pre-polish technique. Would you like to hear that?
Yes.
Because without a good pre-polish, I don't care what polish you use, it won't work. Okay? The pre-polish that I like to use is this. Normally, if you're on a genie or something, you form the stone with, you maybe start with 180, correct? Or 220 diamond on a hard plate. You know what I'm saying? Or your genie on your far left side. Okay, right? Then you keep on going down. Okay? Now, when you hit about 1200 diamond on a hard surface, either diamond wheel or, you know, your diamond plate, then what happens is, if you notice on that, there will be ridges. Like if this is your surface, see, your surface will have all of these cutting ridges. You see what I'm saying? Because you're on a hard disc. You're not on a soft, you're on a hard disc, so you have all of these little ridges that sometimes it's hard to see with your naked eye, but when you polish, those ridges will make the light go all over, and your polish will just be horrible. Okay? So what do? Okay? Here's what I do. I use my hard diamond disc to about 1200. Then I go backwards. I take my soft disc with one of these with 325 diamond. Okay, mesh. See what I'm saying? Now I'm going from a hard diamond, right, to a soft mesh right here. Remember, you put it on, I showed you how. What that 325 does is what? Take out all those ridges. See what I'm saying? And then from the 325, I'll go to 1200 diamond slurry. Okay? Then I'll just jump to 4000 and then your polish. That is your pre-polish right there, basically. But you gotta jump back to your 325 to take out all those cutting ridges. Otherwise the polishing, no matter what system you use, it won't come out nicely. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes.
So is there a time that you ever use anything higher, like 50,000 on the polish, the diamond polish, 100,000?
Oh, you mean go like 100,000?
Yeah.
There's times I can,
You,
yeah, you do that.
I was just wondering if it's a waste of money to buy, like 100,000 grit.
Well, the thing is your 100,000 diamond, I don't use it too much. My Lumina A or Lindy A takes care of that. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I thought.
yes, yes. Because when you get to 100,000, you're trying to polish with a diamond that moves and tumbles. Remember what I said?
Right, right.
And even with 100,000, it's gonna come wavy on you. If you look at my polishes here, the polish is flat, straight. That's why you can read the light bulb with the polish here.
It's soft.
Soft, 325, 1200, then back to hard for 4,000.
And
That's
then
my
go to
pre-polish
polish.
system. Sometimes I'll do a 1200 diamond slurry. Remember, there's thousands of types of materials. It can vary. You know what I'm saying? It can vary.
Yeah.
Remember, even the same rock can have different ways to polish because of the impurities and things. Yes.
At what RPM are you working?
On here,
When you're doing this, working with this pad and slurry?
okay, normally from 100 to about 400 RPM. Okay? 100 to 400 RPM.
So at those speeds, it doesn't really sling at all. It just,
No,
Yeah.
this is about it right here.
yeah, okay.
That's about it right there.
So, for the diamond base, I have a half micron and 1 micron.
Yes?
But I also have another set of, I don't know what kind of base they are, but they're multicolored, about 5 or 6 of them. They're
Yes.
yellow, red, green.
Right.
Do I need those or just a half time?
Well, here's the problem. The color coding at one time in the 60s were standard, but not today. So,
I don't know what I'm
yeah, right. Normally blue was 1200, you know what I'm saying? Red was 600. So, but today, the manufacturers have just, they gone berserk all over different colors. So if it's not numbered, I would take it and just throw them away, and then, because they're not that expensive, you know what I'm saying? When you buy your diamond, buy a 5-gram syringe. It's cheaper, not a 2 gram. 2 gram you'll run out. By the time you charge the thing, you know, you won't have much diamond left.
So just a half micron and a 1 micron, and then if I can find a 3 micron, is that?
Okay, 1 micron is 14 thousandths, okay?
14,000.
Yeah, 1 micron. You see, concerning 1 micron, let me just add this. a lot of times, how many here have used cerium oxide? Okay, and you buy what? Optical grade, correct? But did you know there's all kinds of grades labeled optical grade? Ah, not all optical grade cerium is half micron. Optical grade can be all the way up to 1.3 microns, 14 thousandths, 12 thousandths. If you have a tan cerium, throw it away. Your higher grades of cerium is white, okay? You see, so optical grade is oftentimes 1 micron. It's labeled as 1 micron. I don't buy 1 micron. You can polish with 1 micron at 14 thousandths, but if you put the half micron next to that 1 micron, you'll see all the difference in the world. Your stone would just, the half micron will be just extraordinary.
So the tan color is the higher, the tan color is the one you can throw away?
Yeah, the tan colored one, throw away. The question is do I spray it? How do I do it? Okay, so this here, you can see it's kind of a little bit dry, okay? So what I do, it's already charged with the cerium. So I have these little spray bottles with the sealed, right, I just spray it, turn it on, you know what I'm saying? And, or you could get, I have my cerium, my half micron cerium in a little tub. You see what I'm saying? I buy acid brushes. You know those little acid brushes that plumbers use and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, they're disposable, they're cheap. I use that, dip it in,
Okay.
use that acid brush, put it on, throw the brush away. Okay? And then you can go ahead and start doing your grinding and stuff. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I think-
Anything else?
At first, when you're charging it, do you charge it mixed water with the powder, or you just put the powder on?
Oh, well, no, you can't put the powder on. You have to make a slurry,
Yeah.
like a toothpaste.
Yeah, yeah.
Consistency of, you know, a little watered down toothpaste, and take your acid brush, you know,
Got it.
turn it on, dip it in, slur it around. Take your agate burnisher, burnish it in. See what I'm saying?
And then afterwards, you clean it with soap and water, did you say, or?
Yes, well, each step that you use,
Not the wheel.
not the wheel,
Mhm.
just your dock and your thing in your hands. Okay?
So you don't contaminate.
You don't
Yeah.
want to contaminate. You don't want to get your 325 diamond onto this. If you do, it's gone. There's no way you can get it off. You can try washing it and scrubbing it all you want. It won't work.
So you just leave it on there?
Yeah, just leave it on there. See, it stays on there.
Okay.
Yeah, it just stays on there. You see?
Right now it's okay.
And I just put it right on in a bag and it just stays there. When I need it, there it is. Boom.
The acid brushes, those are the ones with the metal.
Metal handle, little black, little fuzzy things
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A little bit more hair than I have.
Yeah, that would be a well-used one.
Okay, we're closing up now. Okay. So as let's go down to the center of the back page there. Here you got your sources right there. Okay. On 6, you got your different sources. You got the phone number, where to call, how to get it. Okay. I have a lot of these backings at my house. If you want some, you can come over and pick some up. I got them from a sale. I got dozens of those, okay?
How many do you, I see you have this, but you must have a lot more at home.
Oh,
that
yes,
are charged
yes.
in.
Oh, yeah. I have ceramic, I have
Right.
copper, I have wood, I have vinyl. This is just for the amount of time we had. I just wanted to keep it limited.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So you experiment with different things, you know. And also what's a variable, you have speed as a variable. You see right here, all of these, I had to use these with the 3M, this one at high speed, at about this speed right here. To me, that's high. Dry. See, this is dry. The pre-polish for this was the same lap, the 3M, wet. You see, so I put this on, I sprayed my water on it, I hit these up wet at a slow RPM. Then the final polish I use, same lap, but dry. So you can see speed makes a difference. Pressure makes a difference. Wet, dry makes a difference. All these variables that you can experiment with.
And so you know that just
Experiment
from
first, and then if you have questions, you can call me. Don't message me, don't call.
Compliment first.
Okay? I'm glad to help you out. I don't mind. I never charge for any of that. Yeah. Except
Jeff.
Craig, I charge.
Yeah, always. So there's a starter kit that you helped me put together.
Yes.
Could you go over the basic polishing laps that everybody needs? She had the 325 slurry.
Huh?
You had the 3M half micron.
Yes,
You had one for cerium.
yes.
Which ones am I forgetting?
Well, okay. Well, here, I'm trying to get practical laughs.
Okay,
I
sorry.
hear what you're saying, but basically, here, who would like some burlap? Remember? For obsidian and motovite and things like that. Can you catch? These are free. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Flying saucer. There, good girl. Another Chinese jade. Real cheap, right? Good polish, right? Wrong. It's not polished at all. What that is waxed. It's hard wax, 6 to 6.5 hardness of wax that they just spray on, let it dry, and then just buff it out. That's it. Stone itself is not polished. A lot of treatments like that. The oil, the waxing is like that. So,
Question.
yeah.
Oh, what about, I was told like that Honduran opal, how it's so porous,
Yes?
that there's a chemical that you can dip it in, it's like but it hardens and then. you
Opticon?
get-
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's a whole nother session on
Okay.
gemstone treatments that I lecture on.
Okay,
Using octagon, those type of hardeners, stabilizers, that's a whole nother session right there.
good.
Okay, but that's, there is. I have Honduras opal, I don't have it here,
I saw
but
that's your last.
yeah,
one.
Honduras opal will polish well with your,
Yeah, Opticon.
yeah, with the 3M diamond,
Oh, okay,
3M diamond.
you don't need the Opticon.
No. Depends on how porous it is, okay? Well, that's a whole nother thing.
Okay.
But the last thing in closing right now, appreciate your time,
Thank you.
okay? It's been fun?
Good,
Very
yeah.
Okay, one thing, the last thing I'm gonna finish up with is something you're gonna, how many here like amber, turquoise, you cut that? This is one of the most popular things. Copal, you know, copal? And another thing here. You see this? This is a muslin lap, felt pad, okay? Normally you want a 2 or 3 stitch where it's soft on the outside. But the beautiful thing about this, look, I can polish turquoise and stuff going slow like this. You see that? How many here have polishers that go like, you can't go like this though? You see? Because to get a good polish, especially on copal, which is an immature amber, I polish it completely dead still, and I just rub it with my hand. You can't have it turning. Another trick too, how many here have these cases that get old, scratched up, right? Look. Polishes up just like that. Aha, that was worth it. You know these rock things that get a whole bag of used stuff for 50 cents. And then you polish them up and then you have $20 with the little things. This Zam and your muslin lap, turn it slow RPMs, polishes this plastic. It polishes amber, polishes copal, it polishes turquoise. You know what I'm saying? A lot of your phosphates, your varicites and things like that. Your calcites. So you can see a variable speed with, huh? Isn't that cool? I invented this, you know. This is my invention. No, I had never seen anybody do that. Hey, you guys, thank you. You've been phenomenal. You've been great.